What's up, guys? Brian Grants here of ContestChampion.com. Today I want to show you guys how the Hyperion fight goes in Map 6. This is the first Hyperion of the map, and currently it is day 3, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenging fight here. Don't know exactly how this is going to go. I'll be fighting him with Iceman here, and the actual nodes on Hyperion, they're not all that bad. It's just some attack and health boost, true strike, and heal block. As far as why I'm going in with Iceman, has to do with his passive ability here, that he gains this ice armor, and while it's active, if Iceman would lose more than 5% of his max health from a single source, his ice armor protects him from the blow, reducing his health loss to 5%, then it shatters. So I'm going to be trying to bait out as many specials as I can from Hyperion, but if he should go to his S3 ability, which tends to happen when you're fighting Hyperion, the damage should not be that bad. So we'll give this a go here. We'll see how the actual fight turns out, and wish me luck, guys. Alright, so Hyperion, map 6. This is a pretty interesting fight, I must say. It's a very different fight from the last season when they had Spider-Man in place of Hyperion here. Two very different fights, both difficult in their own ways. Hyperion here, you're really baiting out his specials. I mean, you're doing the same thing for Spider-Man, of course, but you have to bait out these specials, and you really have to do a good job of baiting them, because with that power gain, he could very easily just back off and just wait to collect his collect enough power to fire off his special 3, and against most characters, it's going to be pretty devastating. You're going to see throughout the fight here, using Iceman, it's really not that big of a deal. But that doesn't mean that you can play poorly. You still have to, bait out enough specials. This way, if you do get caught with his level 3 ability, you have to bait out specials between your ice armor recharging and everything. So it definitely still is a challenge. Not only that, but you can see that a whole minute has gone by throughout the fight here, a little bit over a minute. And if you look at his health bar, I haven't taken that much health off of him. And sitting through his special 3 like this, that took away a good 10 seconds, where I just can't do anything except for watch the time tick away. It definitely didn't do a lot of damage, so that's of course that's why I use Iceman here. The other thing to watch out for when you're playing against Hyperion is when you're baiting out his special 2, you want to just barely outrange the wind attack, because that first initial wind it actually does damage. So you do want to outrange it just barely, but you don't want to back up too much further. Because he makes up a lot of ground when he comes in swinging at you. So you want to just back out a little bit and then wait for him to actually start charging in at you, and then that's when you make your final dash back. This way you don't get backed up against the wall while trying to bait out these specials. And you can see here I just could not bait it out. I was trying to play cautiously, and every time I stepped back, so did he. And boom, there goes another 10 seconds. It's only 5% health, but another 10 seconds is gone. You want to come out, if you are playing Iceman against him, you do want to come out of those special 3s in a blocking state, because he does have a tendency just to be very in your face after his special 3 and start swinging immediately. So you want to be blocking and then react after that. And you can see here, I couldn't bait it out again. While he's doing his heavy attacks, he's gaining energy that entire time. He's getting power. His power meter's filling up, and another S3 has had to be eaten by Iceman's armor there. Now I end up getting clipped there. It's hard to tell if that was because of the evade bug or not. It's actually really hard to tell. I've watched it back a couple of times. I honestly couldn't tell if I just made a mistake there, or if it was because of the couldn't dash back. But in any case, the time is up, taking one final special 3 here, and the fight started out pretty well for the first 45 seconds or so. The fight was going reasonably well. I might have even been able to finish the fight without timing out if everything went flawlessly, but I ended up eating so many special 3s that I didn't even take them down below half. So I decided I'm gonna go back in. Normally, actually, I normally do timeout against Hyperion. This is quite normal. Normally I time out, but I don't take a lot of damage, and I can go back in with just about this much health that I'm going in with now without potioning up, since I take half of my current life when of damage when I time out, and then I can go back in and finish off the fight. In this case, because I didn't even take him down below half, Not sure if I was going to be able to do it. I was trying to play a little bit better this time around, play a little bit more on top of my game here, a little bit more aggressive with the baiting and stuff like that. And, you know, we'll kind of see how that plays out. Getting a lot of his special ones to bait out this time around compared to last time. Iceman, he actually does pretty decent damage. It's not the most damage by any means. You know, he has a lot of utility. That's why his damage is slightly on the low end. But all those debuffs that I'm putting on him, you know, they help out too. They do some decent damage as well. So his damage is definitely not weak. And you can see here, I haven't got hit by his special again. This is, you know, it's about the first minute into the fight here, and this is kind of where I ran into issues the first time around. And now he gains enough for special 3. I wanted to use mine before he used his, and I just couldn't click the button fast enough while playing it safe. Otherwise, I would have been able to get a free special in at least without giving him any power. Now, I have to be really careful about those heavy attacks, and I am going to get clipped by one of those heavy attacks coming up in a second here. As hard as I try to, you know, play it safe and not eat one of those heavy attacks, he tends to fire them off very quickly compared to a lot of characters. You can see here, I just barely stay alive in the outskirts here, and I knew he was going to throw the heavy, so I didn't know if I was blocking, so I just used my S3. I knew he was going to have an S3 after this. I figured, you know what, that's fine. I think I can withstand one more hit here, one more special attack. So I do, but now I know he's going to be right in my face, so I got to block and I got to dash back, otherwise he's going to throw the heavy. And I try to play aggressive, and look how fast that heavy came in, man. That heavy attack is just so fast from Hyperion. Oh, man, I really thought I'd be able to finish out that fight. I was actually like really focused at the end there. I remember being very focused at the end of the fight there, thinking like, all right, as soon as I see the heavy attack, as soon as I see it, I'm going to, you know, just charge in at him and get myself out of that hole that I got myself into. So yeah, I end up dying here. Not the fight that I wanted to show you guys. Of course, last week when I couldn't record, the fights went much smoother, but. You know what, I figured I had to get you guys some kind of footage for anyone out there who may be trying Map 6 for the first time. So I did want to, you know, just go in and finish things out, finish what I started. So, you know, I just throw Ultron in here just as kind of cleanup duty. Definitely not your first choice for a champion that you want to bring in against Ultron. But it's kind of the same thing that I did with, you know, Spider-Man last season. Is I wouldn't start out the fights with Ultron, but if there was just a little bit of health left, that's not a big deal. Especially with Assassin, it's just going to be a few hits, and I could finish off the fight. So go ahead and do that. And yeah, again, not the cleanest of kill that I wanted to show you guys, but that's the reality of Map 6. It is very difficult, and not every kill is going to be a clean one. I would definitely recommend bringing in some kind of power drain champion or Iceman. Those are pretty much your two options. You can bring in a lot of different power drain champions. You know, Divisions, Magic, Voodoo, all these different power chain champions. They should be fine, or Iceman. I wish you guys the best of luck in Map 6 this season, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.